It's a cold, quiet night in a sleepy little German town. The kind of place where the wind whispers through the trees, and the shadows stretch just a little too long across the cobblestone streets. You're sitting there, maybe with a cup of coffee, thinking the world's all cozy and safe. But then, out of nowhere, you hear it, a faint, wet thud, like meat hitting a butcher's block. And that's when the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, because deep down, you know something's wrong. Really wrong. This ain't no fairy tale, my friend. This is the story of Armin Meiwes, the Rotenburg cannibal, a guy who turned a sick fantasy into a nightmare so real it'd make even the devil flinch. Let's set the scene. March 9, 2001. A creaky old farmhouse in Westfeld, a speck of village west of Rotenburg and Der Fulda. The air's thick with the kind of silence that screams trouble. Inside, two men are about to cross a line no one should ever cross. One's a hunter, the other's prey. But here's the kicker. The prey wants it. Yeah, you heard me right. This isn't some random snatch-and-slash job. This is a deal, a pact, sealed over the flickering glow of a computer screen. Armin Meiwes, a 39-year-old computer tech with a boyish face and a quiet demeanor, has found his perfect match in Bernd-Jürgen Brandes, a 43-year-old engineer from Berlin. And what happens next? Oh! It's the stuff of pure, unfiltered horror. Picture this. Brandes steps off the train, heart pounding, palms sweaty. He's not here for a weekend getaway. He's here to die, to be eaten. They shake hands, casual as you please, like they're meeting for coffee. But there's a glint in Mew's eyes, a hunger that's been gnawing at him since he was a kid. They head back to the farmhouse, a half-timbered relic that looks like it's hiding secrets in every warped plank. Inside, it's dim, the kind of dim where shadows twist into shapes that don't make sense. Meiwes leads Brandes upstairs to a room he's prepped just for this, a slaughter room, he calls it. Meat hooks gleam on the walls, a table sits in the center like an altar, and there's a video camera perched in the corner, ready to catch every 6 seconds. Brandes pops 20 sleeping pills and downs half a bottle of schnapps, chasing oblivion like it's an old friend. Meiwes, calm as a surgeon, picks up a knife. They've got a plan. See, first the penis. Brandes wants it gone, wants to taste it with Meiwes before the end. Some Meiwes Obliches. The blade flashes and blood spurts, hot, red, and endless. Brandes gasps, a mix of pain and twisted ecstasy, as Meiwes hacks it off. They try to eat it together, frying it up in a pan with salt, pepper, wine, and garlic, like it's some gourmet dish. But the meat's tough, chewy, and it burns to a crisp. A botched appetizer for a main course no one should ever serve. Brandes is bleeding out now, fading fast. Meiwes runs a bath, lets him soak in it like some grotesque spa day, checking on him every 15 minutes while flipping through a Star Trek novel. Hours drag by, and Brandes is still clinging to life, stubborn as hell. Meiwes gets impatient. He hauls him out, lays him on that table, and grabs a bigger knife. One quick thrust of the throat, and it's over. Blood pools on the floor, thick and sticky, the air heavy with the coppery stench. But Meiwes isn't done. He hangs Brandes' body on a hook, slits him open from chest to groin, and starts carving. Organs come out. Flesh gets sliced into neat little packages. 44 pounds of it, labeled and stacked as freezer under pizza boxes, like it's leftovers from a barbecue. He even tries grinding the bones into flour, but that doesn't pan out. Over the next 10 months, he cooks it up bite by bite, savoring every piece. With every bite, my memory of him grew stronger, he'd say later, like it's some twisted love story. Now, hold that image in your head, the wet slap of flesh, the glint of steel, the slow drip of blood, and let's rewind. Who the hell is Armin Meiwes? How does a guy go from fixing computers to eating a man alive? Let's peel back the layers, because this ain't just a crime. It's a descent into a mind so warped it'd give Stephen King himself nightmares. Armin Meiwes was born December 1st, 1961, in Kassel, Germany. A quiet kid, the youngest of 3 boys, well, sorta. His 2 older half-brothers were from his dad's first marriage, and they didn't stick around long. His old man, a stern guy who didn't give 2 shits about Armin, walked out when he was 8, left him with his mom, Waltraud, in a big, lonely house that felt more like a tomb. Valtraud was a piece of work, domineering, controlling, the kind of woman who'd make you feel like a bug under her shoe. She dragged Armin everywhere, even on dates with girls, hovering like a ghost. She'd humiliate him in front of friends, spilling embarrassing secrets and calling him Minchin, her little pet. Picture a kid with no space to breathe, no room to grow, just her shadow swallowing him whole. He was a loner, no surprise there. School was fine, he was smart, polite, but he didn't have buddies to kick a ball around with. Instead, he'd lose himself in stories. Hansel and Gretel was his jam, but not for the happy ending. He fixated on the witch fattening Hansel up to eat him. That idea stuck, burrowed deep. He'd daydream about having a little brother, someone to keep close forever, by eating him. Yeah, that seed was planted early. Add in a stint in the German army in his 20s, where he learned discipline but not much else, and you got a guy drifting through life, quiet on the outside, screaming on the inside. Fast forward to 1999. Valtraud dies and the house is his. That's when the dam breaks. No more leash, no more rules. He's alone, really alone, and those fantasies he's nursed since he was a kid start clawing their way out. He's bisexual, by the way, something he's open about later. But it's not just sex he's after. It's connection, possession, something deeper and darker. He starts poking around online, hitting up forums like the Cannibal Cafe, a cesspool where freaks swap sick ideas. He posts an ad, looking for a well-built 18 to 25-year-old to be slaughtered and then consumed. Most guys reply chicken out, and Mae West lets them walk. He's not a predator in the usual sense. He wants consent, a partner in this madness. Then Brandis answers. March 2001. A 43-year-old engineer with a steady job, a girlfriend, and a secret death wish. He's not some lost soul drifting in the gutter. He's got it together, or so it seems. But dig deeper, and you find a guy wrestling with demons. He's bisexual, into masochism, and obsessed with self-destruction. He emails Mae West, "I really want it." They chat, plan, and set the date. Brandis wipes the computer clean, takes a day off work, and hops a train to Rothenburg. He's not a victim dragged, kicking and screaming. He's a volunteer, stepping into the jaws willingly. The kill itself? We've covered the gore, but let's talk psychology. Mae West isn't your typical serial killer. He's not racking up bodies for the thrill. This is personal, intimate. Psychologists later call it a schizoid personality, detached, isolated, but not psychotic. He's sane, legally speaking, just severely disturbed. His fetish isn't just about eating. It's about merging, keeping Brandis with him forever. The act's sexual, too. He admits it gets him off, though he downplays that in court. Brandis, meanwhile, is chasing the ultimate high, pain, surrender, annihilation. They're two broken pieces fitting together in the worst way possible. After the deed, Mae West doesn't stop. He eats Brandis over months, methodical as hell. By November 2002, the stash is running low. So he posts another ad this time. An Austrian student sees it, freaks out, and calls the cops. December 11th, 2002, police raid the farmhouse. They find 15 pounds of Brandis flesh in the freezer, the video, for hours of raw, unedited hell, and Mae West, calm as ever, confessing it all. The tape so bad, only 19 minutes get shown in court, and even that sends reporters running for therapy. The trial's a circus. January 2004, he's convicted of manslaughter, 8.5 years. Why not murder? Brandis consented, and German law is fuzzy on cannibalism. But the prosecution appeals, arguing it's murder for sexual gratification. Proven by the video. Retrial starts January 2006. A psychologist testifies Mae West could strike again, still fantasizing about devouring the flesh of young people. May 10th, 2006, the verdict flips murder, life in prison. No parole shot yet. A 2018 appeal gets shot down cold. Today, Mae West is 63, rotting in a cell. He's a model prisoner, reads, helps inmates, goes to church, works the laundry. He's a vegetarian now, which is almost funny if it wasn't so grim. The farmhouse? Burned down in 2023, maybe arson, maybe not. Locals hope it's gone for good. No more gawkers snapping pics of the cannibal house. So, what's the takeaway? This ain't just a horror story. It's a mirror. Mae West and Brandis found each other in the dark corners of the internet. Two lost souls feeding off each other's damage. It's about loneliness, need, and the places we go when the world leaves us behind. Next time you're scrolling late at night, think about what's lurking out there. Because sometimes the monsters aren't hiding under the bed. They're typing back. Sweet dreams, buddy.